All right, folks, Aubrey here, and I've always got some wild encounter up my sleeve. This one's a classic, I don't work here lady, but with a little twist that still makes me chuckle. So I'm 24, and yeah, I sling coffee and snacks at a gas station off the interstate to pay the bills. It's not exactly Wall Street, but it gives me prime material for stories, right? Anyway, this particular evening, I was off duty, all dressed up and buzzing because I was heading out for a fancy date night with my boyfriend. Super excited. I swing by a different gas station, closer to my boyfriend's place, just to top up my tank and grab a quick coffee for the road. As I'm pumping gas, I see a couple of my buddies from my usual workplace are actually covering a shift there. Small world. We chat for a hot sec, a few laughs, then I head inside for that crucial coffee. I'm at the little self-serve station, doctoring up my drink when you guessed it, I get a bit too enthusiastic with the stir stick and slosh some coffee down the side of my cup and onto the counter. Blast it all. Aubrey, I mutter to myself. Being the considerate and slightly OCD person I am, I grab a fistful of paper towels and start wiping up my mess. While I'm at it, I notice the little sugar packet holder is a total disaster zone, so I quickly neaten it up too. Just, trying to leave it nicer than I found it. That's when this teenage girl, maybe 15, phone practically glued to her ear, wanders up to one of the actual employees, let's call him Mark. She mumbles something about a specific, obscure brand of spicy pickle chips. Mark, bless his patient soul, points her down aisle 3. She gives a vague nod and then, presumably, beelines it to her mother because what happens next is pure gold. I'm just finishing my cleanup, about to toss my coffee-soaked paper towels when this woman, think peek, can I speak to your manager? Haircut materializes beside me. Before I can even blink, she grabs my arm, not gently, and yanks me around. Excuse me, she practically shrieks, her voice tight with indignation. My daughter just asked you a simple question and you completely ignored her. What kind of service is this? I'm genuinely stunned. My brain's still halfway to date night and now I've got this furious woman's talons digging into my bicep. Whoa, hang on a second, I say, trying to pull my arm free. I don't work here, ma'am. I just spilled my coffee. I even gesture with the still damp paper towels like they're Exhibit A. She stares at me, then at the coffee station, then back at me, her eyes narrowing. Don't you lie to me. I saw you. You were standing right here fussing with those packets. My daughter wouldn't just make that up. At this point, Mark, bless his cotton socks, saunters over. Everything okay here, ladies? The woman puffs up like an angry bullfrog. No, it is not okay. This employee of yours was incredibly rude to my daughter. Ignored her completely. I want her name and I want to speak to your manager now. She's jabbing a finger at me, her face getting redder by the second. I'm trying so hard not to laugh, but the absurdity is hitting me. Ma'am, seriously, I try again. I was cleaning up my own spill. I don't work here. I'm literally just a customer on my way to a date. I kind of gesture down at my nice-ish date night outfit, which is decidedly not a gas station uniform. Mark steps in smoothly. Ma'am, she's telling the truth. Aubrey doesn't work for this company. I'm the one on duty here. Your daughter asked me about chips and I directed her. You'd think that would be it, right? Oh, you sweet summer child. This woman's face goes through a whole spectrum of emotions. Confusion, denial, then pure, unadulterated rage. It's like her brain just short-circuited because reality wasn't matching her narrative. But she was, my daughter said. She sputters, looking from me to Mark and back again. The idea that her precious angel might have, been mistaken or simply not paying attention was clearly an alien concept. And then, instead of a quiet apology or even just slinking away in embarrassment, she just loses it. This is the worst customer service I have ever experienced. She bellows, not at Mark, but still kind of at me. You're all incompetent. And then, folks, she actually starts sweeping things off the counter. Not just the coffee station, she marches over to a display of candy bars and just whoosh, sends them flying. My jaw drops. Mark's jaw drops. Even a dude buying lottery tickets turns around, eyes wide. Ma'am, Mark says, his voice suddenly firm. Ma'am, you need to calm down or I'm calling the police. That apparently was the wrong thing to say. She lets out another shriek and actually kicks over a freestanding chip display. Chips everywhere. It was a snackpocalypse. At this point, Mark is already on the phone. I'm just standing there, half horrified, half morbidly fascinated. My poor date night is definitely going to start late. The cops show up pretty quick, a couple of bored-looking officers who clearly have seen it all. Karen, because let's be honest, she's a Karen, tries to plead her case, something about disrespectful staff and being ignored, still trying to implicate me, the random coffee spiller. But Mark and the other customers quickly set the record straight. Long story short, Karen was escorted out, trespassed from the store, and probably facing some charges for the damage. My friends from my actual job who were covering the shift had a heck of a cleanup, poor guys. They were texting me later like, dude, what did you do? I felt bad for them, of course, but when I finally got to my boyfriend, late but with one heck of a story, we couldn't stop laughing. The sheer, unadulterated entitlement. All because I cleaned up a coffee spill and tidied some sugar packets. So yeah, that's how my attempt to be a tidy customer turned into a full-blown Karen meltdown. You just can't make this stuff up. Hope you got a kick out of it.
This one pairs perfectly with what you just watched.